Quebec skeptics are pragmatic people who try to distinguish knowledge from beliefs. For them, knowledge is based on concrete evidence of a phenomenon. It is experimentally verified and is generally reproducible. Knowledge has a measurable effect in everyday life. The GPS tracking system, for example, is based on 3 areas of advanced physics: quantum physics for hyper-accurate clocks, relativity for the measurement of time dilation and slowing, and radio astronomy for practically fixed locations given by quasars. GPS really makes life easier by specifying where we are on the road or hiking. These devices constantly check the 3 areas of physics mentioned. Moreover, a belief has no tangible basis in reality. It relies on testimonials that cannot be verified. It often stems from faulty interpretations and naturally subjective perceptions. It has no concrete effect in everyday life. It can, however, have a significant influence on the psychological state of people. Given that there is no tangible evidence to support extraterrestrial visits, skeptics classify the extraterrestrial and paranormal interpretations of unidentified flying objects in the realm of beliefs. Since the theme of the conference is a journey from experience to science, note that UFO observations themselves report physical data. However, they are often inconsistent with the physical laws that we know. For example, if a UFO initially stationary moves and covers a kilometer in 1 second before disappearing from view, as sometimes reported, its occupants undergo an acceleration of 200 g, which implies that they are pushed by a force equivalent to 200 times their weight. However, the human body has difficulty tolerating more than 5 g without losing consciousness. Well-trained fighter pilots can briefly support 9 g, and we all die at 50 g or before, crushed by such an accelerating force. In comparison, at the comfortable acceleration for us of 1 g, if we are initially stationary, we would cover 1 kilometer in just 14 seconds, well more than a single second. To be able to support tens or even hundreds of g of acceleration, the extraterrestrials who drive these machines cannot be made of flesh and flabby organs like us. In addition, the material of which the ship would be made would also be really strange, since it would split the air at more than 2,000 meters per second. This is the final speed of 0 to 1 kilometer in 1 second, while we do not even hear the supersonic bang, which normally occurs for an aircraft at an airspeed of 340 meters per second. Here's another example. The way we know to move quickly in empty space is to violently project a large mass of gas in the opposite direction to the chosen movement. This is what rockets do when they leave Earth, quite slowly, since we try not to exceed 3 g of acceleration, 3 times the normal weight, so as not to unduly inconvenience the astronauts on board. The physical laws known to us, and which apply throughout the universe, do not allow other means of rapid propulsion in the vacuum of space. Such movements require a lot of mass to bring on board and project backwards at high speed. The most efficient fuel imaginable, that is fusing matter and antimatter, thus transforming matter 100% into energy, would require a container as big as a mountain for long interstellar journeys. The extraterrestrial spaceships allegedly observed are much smaller. Moreover, we do not see or feel the huge mass that should be projected behind the UFOs as they speed away. In short, if we believe some typical sightings of UFOs, the extraterrestrials are not made of flabby bodies like ours to support the enormous accelerations observed. They should be made of plastic, rock, or metal. Note that humans allegedly abducted could not undergo such accelerations in these vessels. The vessels themselves cannot be made of normal materials we know. They do not produce supersonic bands by splitting the air at high speeds, for example. The extraterrestrial propulsion system is so advanced that we cannot even imagine it, because it is outside the known physical laws of the universe. It cannot be matter expelled violently backwards to propel the ship forward, which is the only method known today in the void of space. These extraterrestrials would have a technology so advanced on ours that they can easily hide from us and use, for example, almost invisible micro cameras in order to observe us. If today we see them, it's because they want us to see them. If they really want us to see them, why don't they come to shake hands with us and help us solve the serious problems facing our planet? If we are to believe the thousands of UFO sightings over the last 70 years, the extraterrestrials would taunt us for no good reason, it seems, because the technological feats attributed to them put them completely out of our reach. They have absolutely nothing to fear from us. Even if UFOs are not extraterrestrial vessels, nothing prevents ufologists from analyzing the many testimonies of their appearances. This gives rise to interesting physical, psychological, and sociological studies. We will probably learn more about the atmosphere, astronomy, and humans than about hypothetical extraterrestrial entities. Let us not forget that we all are subject to perception and selection biases. We can also be easily deceived by visual, auditory, and cognitive illusions. Our memory builds a story consistent with what we thought we saw. We believe that it is up to serious ufologists to investigate cases of UFOs, alleged contact with extraterrestrials, and stories of abduction by extraterrestrials. We rely on them to verify the trustworthiness of those testimonies, the coherence of the reported facts, and the analysis of the possible physical causes. Perhaps one day, these concerted efforts will reveal interesting leads that scientists from all disciplines can then explore to finally elucidate the riddle of UFOs. Merci de votre attention.